Alright guys, it's Fuzzy here, and today we have a $250 blue themed CSGO inventory for you. We have 24 different skins in total in this for the price, which is pretty insane. All of which are minimal wear and factory new except for one. So a really clean inventory is what we have here. And we're going to tear through it from pistols to SMGs into rifles. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoy it, hit the subscribe button if you're around here, and let's dive right into it. To kick things off, we're going to have a Glock off-road factory new for just under $1. I know this is cheaper than we had in the $100 video, but you'll see why as we progress through. This is a super clean blue skin. For the P250, we're going to opt for the factory new X-Ray, which is $1.17. This was my P250 for the longest time before upgrading to the Visions, so I'm a real big fan of it. For the Tech 9, it's going to be an Avalanche, which is minimal wear and just over $2. But where we spend big on the Desert Eagle side of things is going to be for the Midnight Storm, which is $21.78 in minimal wear. And honestly, I think this is a very underrated skin. Myself included, I didn't pay much attention to it at all until now. The design on it is really nice, and it's a really cool fit. For these sort of blue inventories, because outside of picking up the blue 5, there's not many nice options out there. For the 5.7, we'll go for a classic. We're going to pick up a field tested monkey business for $3.54. I would love to go above field tested in this, and like I say, this is the only one that is field tested out of the whole bunch, but it's like $13, so a $10 increase to get minimal wear. I don't think it's worth it because this still looks clean. We have two more pistols to go. We're going to have the Joe Beretta's Urban Shock in minimal wear for $2.33. Melodramas are an alternative for it, but the blue is mixed in with the pinks and everything, as this is more a clean blue with that camo. And then to round off the pistols, we're going to go with a USP blueprint in minimal wear for just over $13. This USP actually works really nicely with the gloves. Obviously, the gloves aren't included in the budget, but you know, just a nice one to see. And then we're going to start the SMGs. We're going to have the Mac 10 and Malachite. I think that's how that is pronounced, or Malachite. That makes me sound a bit rude, but this is an interesting like light blue skin, which obviously, if you did have gloves of this, but we don't for this video, clashes a little bit with these sort of gloves, but overall it's a very nice, bright, cheap, vibrant skin. Fortunately, on the MP9 side of things, there isn't an option that you won't have to take out a bank loan for, so we're going to go with a factory new capillary for under $1, and we're sort of counting it because it has teal in it a bit, so we'll let that one slide. The MP7 is going to be a serious. This is factory new, just over $1. One of the best MP7 skins, just with how bright and vibrant it is. It's especially for the blue theme. It's kind of hard to complain about it. For the PB Bison, I'm going for the Photic Zone. I think that's how that's pronounced. And this one has a little bit of like yellowy green throughout it. And I know that it's not the go-to for a lot of people doing blue inventories, but again, it fits that sort of light blue color that we're talking with the Mac 10 as well. And I think it's a nice little fit for this sort of inventory. And the second last SMG is going to be the P90 Traction. This one's super cheap, factory new, it's under $1, and it's got like nice engraving designs throughout. And then, like usual, we have the skin that I didn't know existed until today, which is the UMP 45 Exposure, minimal wear, just under $1. Actually a really cool skin, when you actually look at the detail on it, so big fan of that. When it comes to the Scout, you have a few different options, but we're running for an Abyss in this case, which is 80 cent and is minimal wear. And now it's time for the big spenders. You might notice that at this point, we have spent maybe like, probably under $50, maybe just a little bit over that. Over the next 3 skins, we're going to spend about $150, actually $160, $170. So the first up, we're going to have the Op Man of War in minimal wear. This is not everyone's favorite op skin in the world. I was considering putting the Hyper Beast in, but then all these different skin sites say the Hyper Beast isn't blue. So, you know, I went for the Man of War, something a bit different. Those gold accents are super nice. I think you put a gold sticker onto the scope of this, and you've got yourself a lovely craft, a lovely play skin for the blue inventory. And then for our M4 combos, we're going to spend big. This Hyper Beast, the M4A1S, has a lot of blue along the top of it, and that's why we've counted it in. It's minimal wear and comes in at just under $60. Obviously, these are Steam prices, so you might be able to pick up a bit cheaper elsewhere. But in minimal wear, this is such a slick design. Now, as you guys know, I'm an advocate of picking up an A1S and an A4, because you should be mixing between the two. I wouldn't normally spend like a high amount on both. But in this case, with how the blue inventory fell, we're spending $56 to get a minimal wear Emperor, which is, it might seem a little bit crazy to spend over $100 on 2 different M4s, and maybe you do feel that way, maybe you strictly only want to play one. Well, there you go, you can free up about $50 of budget. Now for the AK, we're going for the lovely front side Misty. I know this one is a bit of a love-hate with people, hit and miss here and there. I think it's a great blue skin. It was one of the first skins I picked up after having a point disarray, and I'm a real big fan of it. Also, we've used Ice Cold a ton in blue and green inventories, and I'm trying to step away from it a little bit, and that's why this is here. For the ill, we're going to run with a Stone Cold and minimal wear for just over $3, taking a step away from the Rocket Pop and going for a bit more of a clean design. For the SG, I still think running with the Loadout is the best option. It's got the purple and the blue through it, lots of prominent purple leaves, purple tip at the top of the scope and everything, and on the handles. So it falls into both inventories if you're doing purple and blue. On the FAMAS side of things, I was considering spending big, but we're not. We're spending $1.40 per order on a factory new teardown. Blue FAMASes, unless you want to get a new one from the Anubis collection, they're mostly awful. So we need another blue FAMAS valve. Come on. The AUG is going to be a Ricochet, which I think is a bit of a... The AUG is going to be a Ricochet, which I think is a little bit of an underrated skin, because just about any list I view, it just continues to fall through and through and through. Obviously, it's mainly black base with the sort of grey lines through it, but then it's got a lot of vibrant and light blue lines as well, which is very fitting for what we're after. And then we'll round things off with the two SMGs. First of all, we have a minimal wear Mag 7 Justice, which is $6.22 on the market. One of the best skins out there. And then for the XM, we're going to have the Slipstream in factory new for under $1. Super cheap, really clean skin. And that is going to round things off for today's video, guys. So as always, please let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite from the collection. If there's any changes you would have personally made, please let me know as well. I'm sure you guys have some thoughts about the M4A1S and the M4A4 taking up $100 of the budget combined. But outside of that, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you're around here. We'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.